everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, please subscribe. And if you like this kind of video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up at the end. Now let's go ahead and get started with my DIY Dollar Tree pumpkin that I turned it into the Snowman Olaf. Enjoy the video, everyone. I will be using this Dollar Tree 3-tier pumpkin sign, and as you can see, I've had already sand off all the glitters that was on the sign. I'm going to use this white, red, and black felt fabric. I will be using this apple barrel acrylic paint in white. I will be using 2 of these apple barrel acrylic paint in the color of jack-o'-lantern and also in the color of ripe tomato. And I will also be using these pom-poms that you can also purchase from Dollar Tree. And I will also be using some paintbrush. And of course, a pair of scissors. Now I'm gonna put a tape in the middle part of the pumpkin hat. Reason being is because from the bottom of the pumpkin hat and all the way down to the 3 pumpkins, I'm going to be painting it with the apple barrel acrylic paint in the color of white. Now to go ahead and get started in painting the sign, like I said, I'm going to use this apple barrel acrylic paint in the color of white, and I start from the bottom trim of the hat and then paint it all the way down to the bottom of the pumpkin. I did put 3 coats of the paint, and make sure that in between the coats that you let it dry up before putting another coat on it. But yeah, I ended up using 3 coats of the paint to give me that full coverage I needed. As you can see, with the first coat of the paint, you can still see some of the orange color from the sign. That's why I ended up having to put at least 3 coats of the paint. But in between the coats, I had to let it dry up and before, starting with a new coat of paint. I ran out of my Waverly chalk paint. If I had the Waverly chalk paint, then I would have probably just end up having to put only 1 coat of the paint. Now that paint is all dried up, I did use 3 coats of paint, not 2 coats, but 3 coats of paint. On the felt fabric, I have already trace and draw the bottom and the top part of the hat. As you can see, I'm going to start cutting up the red felt fabric, and this is going to be the top part of the hat. I forgot to take out the label sticker that was on the other side of the felt fabric. As you can see, this is going to be the top part of the hat. Now I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the white felt fabric, and this is going to be for the bottom part of the hat. I did paint the top part of the hat with the apple barrel acrylic paint in the color of hot rod red. You're probably wondering, why did I even bother painting the top part of the hat? Well, reason being is because even if I put the felt fabric on top of that hat, you could still see a little bit of the black paint color of the sign. So I wanted it to give that full coverage of red. That's why I painted the top part of the hat. So after putting the felt fabric on top of it, you can't see the black paint that was on there. Now to add on the white felt fabric to be part of the bottom part of the hat. And this is how the hat looks. I really like how it turned out. As you can see, I turned the witch hat into a Santa hat. I don't know why I was taking out all the pom-poms out of the bag when all I needed was the white pom-pom. What I'm doing here with the white pom-pom is that I'm trying to stretch it as wide as I can so that way I can cover the top part end of the hat. Trying to stretch the white pom-pom some more, a little bit more wider. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue it on the top part end of the hat. And this is how the hat looks with the pom-pom on it. I like how it looks. Like I said, I turned that witch hat into a Santa hat. Now as far as the face for my snowman, I am going to use Olaf face. I found this template of Olaf's face on Pinterest, and I'll put the link in my description box. As for Olaf's nose, I will be painting Olaf's nose. And this is how Olaf's face looks on the sign. Like I said, Olaf's nose, that I will be painting. I'm using this wire wreath as a guideline to help me have that separation line between the bottom part, the middle part, and the top part of the snowman character. And this is how the separation line that I was trying to do from the bottom, the middle, and the top part of the snowman character. So I'm taking this apple barrel acrylic paint in the color of pewter gray and white, and I'm going to mix it together, and I'm going to do kind of like a dry brush paint on the separation line between the bottom, the middle, and the top part of the snowman. I'm using the paper towel to wipe off the excess paint on the paintbrush. And as you can see, I am dry brush painting on the line, the separation line between the bottom, the middle, and of course the top part of the snowman. I did dry brush paint the whole part of the body, and this is how it looks. I didn't want it to be like a full white color because of course, you know, it's supposed to be a snowman, and of course snow is not really that all clean and white. Now to add on the 3 buttons. Of course I used the black felt fabric, and I cut up some 3 small circles to make it look like, you know, the 3 black buttons on the snowman. Now I'm going to add a scarf for Olaf to go along with his Santa hat. As you can see, I cut up a little bit of kind of like trims at the end of the scarves, so that way it looks like a scarf basically. I started painting Olaf's nose, as you can see. And this is how Olaf's nose looks after I painted it. These are the two paints that I used to paint Olaf's nose. I used the Apple Barrel acrylic paint in the color of jack-o'-lantern and the color of ripe tomato. I didn't have any like wood sticks or trims on hand, and I wasn't about to go outside looking for some late at night, so as a substitute I'm going to use these flower stems. So I'm using the flower stems as Olaf's arms, and I'm gonna trim them down as much as I can, and then after I trim it down I'm gonna paint it with the Apple Barrel acrylic paint in the color of melted chocolate. After the floral stems were all dried up from the paint, as you can see, I placed it on the back of the sign and hot glued it on. And this is how Olaf's arm looks. And this is how Olaf looks. I'm glad that I turned that Dollar Tree 3-tier pumpkin sign into a snowman Olaf. I love it. My son liked how it looked. I hope you enjoyed my DIY Dollar Tree pumpkin 3-tier sign that I turned it into a snowman Olaf. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you are new here to my channel, please subscribe. And if you want to know when I post a new video, just click on to that notification bell. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful day or evening. I'll see you all on my next video. Bye bye everyone.